I don't want to live on the same planet as these people. Like, I have experienced real racism in my life, actually, you know, and I don't think those people deserve death. You guys can't even deal with an actual, like, political discourse with a center-right political figure. It makes me sick to my stomach that I have to live amongst you. It makes me sick to my stomach that you guys exist in our society. You guys can say whatever you want. Conservatives have a heart and a soul far more than you ever will.
Being black and just standing on biblical principles the last 2 weeks has been crazy. Like, I've never been called a racist so much in my life. All while consistently and constantly debunking nonsense. Charlie Kirk said that. Here are the facts. Well, coon. Okay, so you're just not going to say anything about the truth of what I just showed you?
I don't have any hatred for anybody, but I have a real strong dislike for liberals and Democrats because of the stuff that y'all do. I probably will never vote blue again. Unless these people get off this bandwagon and actually use some common sense, I would never vote for another Democratic politician. I don't give a damn. Republicans can have the KKK running on the goddamn streets. I wouldn't give a damn. I would rather have the KKK on the streets than these animals who are out here stabbing random women, random people in general, man. What is wrong with y'all? Y'all taking up for this? Seriously? Y'all seriously taking up for this man? And trying to make this out of some political BS about race. Man, stop it. Charlie Kirk told the truth. If the roles were reversed and this was a white man who stabbed a black woman, Dr. Umar, Al Sharpton, they'll dig up Martin Luther King and Malcolm X to be out here parading in the damn streets behind this shit. Excuse my French. But I'm sick of these people, man. I'm sick of this. This is going too far. And this is why Trump is getting rid of these DEI programs and all this foolishness that y'all keep listening to and voting behind. While innocent people are out here dying every day. Behind the people that y'all vote for. In y'all cities and y'all states. We got to deploy the National Guard to these Democratic hellholes to get shit right. Y'all talking about some damn mental illness. The only motherfuckers with mental illness is these Democrats and these damn liberals. That's who mentally ill. Y'all need help.
Me and my wife have been under attack recently by our so-called community. You know, these people. All because we're choosing our relationship with Christ over our skin color. Speaking of the Charlie Kirk incident, you know how he was assassinated and how so many people were cheering because of his death. And because we are believers in Christ and we may not have respected everything he said, but we honored him as a believer and we honored him as God's creation. But you have people, our skin color, calling us all kind of and whatnot, saying that we're Uncle Toms and just everything that you can think of, calling us sellouts, all because we're not hating a man blindly. You can pause it.
People have become so pro-black that they are anti-Christ. Showing compassion to somebody, a family that has lost somebody, is not as being a lot of people treat being black as if it's a cult.
We're pro Christ first. Our skin color does not have to do anything. We're not saved by our skin color. We're saved because we believe in Jesus Christ. And we're not going to stop believing in Jesus Christ and following his teachings all because of a skin color. Sorry, that's just not us.
started listening to Charlie in 2016. I started listening to him because I was on a search. I was looking at things around me and I knew that something was off. I knew that something wasn't right. So I grew up in a Democrat household. I remember when Obama became the first Black president. And yeah, the first Black president. But anyways, when that happened, I was at home and we was watching it on TV. And I remember like when we found out that he won, everybody in the house started clapping and like cheering. My mom, like she even got emotional, and I never saw my mom really cared about politics at all. So as I'm clapping right along with my family, I've always been this kind of person. I've always been the kind of person who I don't say much, but I observe more than I say. So I pay attention to things. So in that exact moment, as I'm clapping and cheering with my family, I immediately stop because I'm looking around and I'm like, why? I asked a lot of questions. I turned to my mom and I asked her, I said, Mama, why are we happy? Like, why are we cheering? And my mama said that Democrats have always been the party for Black people. So I remember like I took note of that. But in my mind, I was thinking, well, it doesn't seem like they've helped us much because I've seen a lot of patterns in my own family growing up, and not just in my own family, but in the Black community as a whole. I pay attention and I see patterns that are not getting better, but are actually getting worse under the Democrat Party. So I took note of that, even though at this time I was in 11th grade and I didn't know nothing about politics. Fast forward to 2016 and Trump was running for president. There was so much negativity coming out of the mouth of people that I was familiar with that I was shocked. I didn't understand what was going on because, I grew up hearing nothing but good things about Trump. I mean, we saw him in the music videos, the Black music videos and everything. So I was confused as to why now are we being told to dislike this man? Why now are we being told that this man is a racist? The same man who was appearing in y'all music videos? The same man that y'all spoke so highly of? Something is not right. I started asking questions. And so because I wanted understanding, I went on a search. And that is how I came across Charlie Kirk. And it was through Charlie Kirk's content that I started watching Candace Owens, Brandon Tatum, and Terrence Williams. So through Charlie Kirk's content, I started listening to 3 other voices. All 3 of them were Black, and all 3 of them were close with Charlie Kirk. And that is how I started listening to their content as well. But I have not once heard Charlie Kirk say anything racist. Everything he said was spot on. Like, I can tell you that as a Black person who's been Black all my life. And I can tell you one thing for sure, what he was saying was straight up facts. It's just a lot of us don't want to hear it. And that's where the problem comes in, because we want to be stuck in this slave victim mentality, and it is so sickening. Aren't y'all tired? You ain't never been a slave a day in your life. Your ancestors wish they had the type of freedom that you have. And you sitting around here moping and complaining, talking about somebody got you oppressed. You don't even know what being oppressed means. And you need to get over yourself.
Those protests, they just don't hit the same way that they used to. They don't anymore. Why? Because we peep game. These Democrats, we now see what y'all used to do and how we used to fall for it. So now when you do it, it doesn't work. We've already peeped game. National Guards ain't doing nothing wrong. Ain't nobody coming out really complaining about the National Guards. What citizen in DC really has a problem with that? All I've been seeing actually are people in DC talking about how much they love the change. No crime. Who doesn't want crime to stop? Huh? Come on, man. Y'all want some other shit. Seriously. At this point, if you can't see the clear difference between who's for you and who isn't, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you don't want to see. Maybe you don't want to see. That's how I'm seeing it at this point. I mean, what happened to we were all going back to slavery, y'all? What happened to that? Weren't we all going to be shackled up? Weren't we supposed to be in war? What happened to all this? They make these false claims that are based off of fear that never ever show up. And those of you who are supporting the Democrats, at what point are you going to start questioning these things that they said was going to happen that never happened? Never happened. Wake up, yo. Seriously, how much more knocking on the head do you need? Just wake up. Wake the hell up. It's not working. They don't like the fact that they're losing control. That's what's going on. They don't like the fact that how they used to move is no longer. President Trump is a businessman. If you follow the money, you'll figure out who's doing what. And that's exactly what he did. They had a problem with Doge. Follow the money. Come on. So at this point, Trump ain't done nothing wrong. He may have done something wrong in their eyes, and I understand that, because if you got a wrong agenda and somebody's coming and fucking up your plan and how you making your money, all right, I get that, but he ain't done nothing wrong. Y'all just got caught. Now y'all trying to gaslight us, make us look in another place when y'all are the ones that are corrupt and being exposed. But I say it like this. At some point, those of you who are in office and have been scamming the people, there's a time coming where you're going to have to, you're no longer going to be protected. You're going to have to walk the streets and face these people that you've lied to. That ain't going to go well. It's not going to go well. What we're getting from Trump is exactly what we voted for, period. So keep doing what you're doing, President Trump. We love it.
So I did it. For the past 3 days, man, I've been sitting around just listening to this guy, Charlie Kirk's message, because every single place that I hear, especially from black people, is that this man was a racist. And I'm putting this on everything, man. You guys need to be ashamed of yourself. To listen to the lies that this man is somehow pushing some racist rhetoric. I heard him say some of the most uplifting things about black people. I listened to countless interviews of friends of his that were black that spoke so highly of this man. And they talked about his cause as though it was the coming of Jesus. And the more I'm watching this, the more I tend to agree with it. This man's message was pure. It was not a message of hate. It was a message of unity, a message of you are not a slave anymore. Anything that God put you here on this earth to do, you can do it. He sent so many young black kids to the White House to get the political experience. Man, I think I just barely scratched the surface as to what this guy's purpose was. But I'll say it, man. I said, I think we lost a good one. And the fact that he will go down in history as a racist by half of this country, man, I think that it's a shame. I really think it's a shame. I pray for us, and I hope that we heal, man, because the people who push this, and the fact that they know that you won't go and check, and they can just say that anybody's racist, and they know that you are not going to go and check. They got you, man. They got us all, actually. This country could be so much better, man. So much better. But power and greed, I'm telling you, it's something else. Y'all take it easy today.
To all my black brothers and sisters, let me explain to you what it looks like and sounds like when you say things like Charlie Kirk is racist to a common sense person. it immediately gives off the impression that you're unintelligent, because it takes 8th grade level research to go a step further after seeing a clip or a post where it looks like Charlie Kirk may have said something racist to find the full context of what he actually said. Or it just makes you look ignorant. And this is because there's a lot of black people who are very smart and very intelligent that watch the full context of things that Charlie has said and then still just choose to say he's racist anyway. And that is very ignorant, because essentially you're just choosing to side with people who share your beliefs against your better judgment. And if you're in that camp, it's actually very selfish to knowingly push propaganda, because now you're misleading other black people who may not go do the research, and you're robbing them of the enlightenment surrounding Charlie Kirk's cause. That is why, as a black man, I feel obligated to speak the truth, because there's other black people who have intentionally misled us for years and landed us in the ideological position that we're in now.